taxpayer to keep propping it up, and they keep trying to blame their liberal mess on President Trump. You want to know why? Well, let me tell you a little story about David Axelrod right there, Obama's longtime chief political strategist. You see him on CNN now slashing President Trump all the time. I saw Axe, as everyone called him, about every day as I covered the White House. And even though he didn't really like a lot of my questions to Obama, Axe was always really nice, professional. Turns out I learned he started out in the business as a reporter before he was in politics. So we connected over the chase of a story. And then about 7 or 8 years ago, Axe invited me to come speak to his politics class at the University of Chicago. I kindly accepted. He invited a few of us to dinner afterwards, and he told a story about someone close to him who had an organ transplant that went well. It's a very touching story. I won't get into the details. It was private, but we connected because I wanted to tell him that I was about to donate part of my liver to save my sister Colleen's life. I couldn't talk about it at the dinner because it was still a secret, and it was touch and go about whether the surgeries would ever happen. Months after that dinner, I can happily report we moved forward, and now in 2026, Colleen is doing fabulous. I tell you this because I like Axe. We may disagree with some of the people we cover. We may not like their political positions, but get to know these folks as human beings. And folks on the left can be good people inside, even if you disagree with them, but they can also be completely wrong-headed on what's best for America. This week, Axe had a new healthcare story to share with the public. He posted it on X. Through family, I heard about a couple in Wisconsin, he says, who started a small business. They were planning to expand. Now, with the Affordable Care Act premiums tripling due to congressional inaction, they've had to scrap plans to expand and grow. I'm sure that scenario, he ended, is repeating itself all over the U.S. Sad story, but wait, it's because of the Republican Congress's inaction that Obamacare costs are tripling? Really? This is why I love another guy who I've gotten to know as a human being. You've seen him here on the briefing, CNN's Scott Jennings. He wrote, "If only we could identify who wrote this law in the first place." Exactly. Is it called Republican care? No. It's called Obamacare. And Axe was Obama before Obama was cool. This guy had it nailed, Chip. Typical Democrat, passes a bad idea, blames Republicans for opposing it. Then when it fails, blames Republicans for the mess. Later, they will ask for more money to fix their bad idea, which is what they're doing now. Though that was just the tip of the iceberg. Axe got flamed online, one tweet after another saying, "Are you kidding me?" Hearing Obama administration alums talk about out-of-control health costs is like listening to OJ talking about the real killers. Ouch. A little harsh, but show me the lie. No cap, as the kids say, which means for real. But to continue the OJ analogy, who were the real killers? Who killed your affordability? Yes, Crazy Nancy. Remember what she said before it became law? You have to pass it to find out what's in it. This person's right. I remember that, she writes. Well, we all remember that. Who can forget it? And it wasn't just Pelosi fudging. Here's Axe, live from the White House, 2009.
I have no doubt that once this bill is passed and implemented, the American people will appreciate it, and it's going to improve the lives of people across this country who are struggling in this healthcare system today.
Did not improve the lives of that poor family he's writing about in Wisconsin. And here's the thing. If the president can't get all of the Republicans together to fix the left's mess on Obamacare, eventually, we all know the Democrats will either take over Congress or the White House, or God forbid, maybe both, and promise to make it all free, not just subsidize healthcare, free healthcare. This guy nailed it. If you think it's expensive now, just wait till it's free. Free means you, the taxpayer, will pay it all instead of just little subsidies here and there. Look at New York City. A socialist mayor now running wild. The school system was destroyed before Zohran Mamdani even showed up. New York City public schools are approaching $40,000 per pupil per year in spending. Do the math. If you had a 10-student micro school and got that money directly, you'd have $400,000 to educate 10 students. You'd have beautiful facilities and even extra money. You could have great technology, field trips, guest speakers. You get it. The question is, where all that money actually goes, most never reaches the classroom. Isn't that sad? Students don't even get the money. And now there'll be more reckless spending from the socialist Mamdani. It'll make the problem worse. Look at California and the governor, Gavin Newsom. Here's one program that FCC Chairman Brendan Carr is calling out. In 2019, Newsom promised California he'd fix their failing 911 system. He spent, get this, $450 million to build a new 911. But when it came time to turn it on, it did not work. Government couldn't get it work in the state. He's now scrapping the plan. So $450 million is apparently gone, and he's going to spend millions more. Meantime, California remains stuck on the same old 911 system. So God forbid your family's got a call for emergency. He says he's writing Newsom to get answers, and of course, Newsom's not answering. You won't hear about what we just reported there in most of the media. They protect lefties like Gavin Newsom and Barack Obama. Obama's former White House counsel was Kathy Rumler. I covered her when I covered Axe. Goldman Sachs' top lawyer now, until last night when she resigned after thousands of emails showed close ties, yes, to Jeffrey Epstein. Notice what word was missing in that headline from the AP? Obama. They didn't say former Obama lawyer. Then there's the and former White House counsel to President Barack Obama, part 2. If she were a Republican, how much do you want to bet, my friend Derek Hunter wrote? That would make the headline. Did you know that Whoopi Goldberg of The View is not just in the Epstein files a whole bunch of times, but one email shows she tried to borrow Jeffrey's jet. Funnier is that the pedophile said, no private jet for you. But Whoopi Goldberg, who lectures Donald Trump and all the rest of us, was sucking up to a pedophile. Has anybody at any of the networks reported that story? I doubt it. If President Trump's former White House counsel or his personal lawyer was fired by a Wall Street firm for ties to Epstein, do you think that'd be in the headline? But again, this is how Bloomberg played it. Goldman Sachs' top lawyer, Kathy Rumler, leaving the firm, Epstein. There could have been a comma, former Obama lawyer. Nah, maybe later in the story. You and I both know the truth. Cache of documents showing her links with Epstein. It's funny because Obama is being protected. At least it was Trump advisor Alex Brusiewicz who said, hey, Bloomberg, please add the fact that she was Obama's former White House counsel to your headline. Kind of a major detail to leave out. You see, these reporters, they cater to Obama and the left. When the EPA chief, Lee Zeldin, who you'll hear from in a moment, he went after Obama's old climate change regulations and tore it apart. Look at how ABC News sprung into action, stoking fear about President Trump.
Tonight, President Trump has repealed U.S. power to regulate climate in this country, the president officially rejecting the science. And what this now clears the way for. Critics tonight arguing this is not only dangerous for the environment, but for your health.
Dangerous for your health. Trump's going to kill you. ABC News never reported that Obamacare might be dangerous to your health. And I would add dangerous to your wallet. You're paying for it. And no doubt they bought all of David Axelrod's false claims about Obamacare in 2009. And last year, when President Trump said the tariffs would not blow up inflation, ABC and the rest of the media laughed. They said, Trump's wrong. Inflation's going to get out of control. Today we learned, as I told you at the top, that the left lied again. And that's my briefing tonight. Next, we will hear from the EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin. He will talk about the president's economic growth plan that's working, and also talk about getting rid of these Obama-Biden regulations that will make your life more affordable again. We'll talk about it with Lee Zeldin.